Good day, viewers. Walter here. Thought I'd do a little vlog this afternoon. We've had rain yesterday and today, quite a bit of it. Most of my viewers know some time back I had surgery and I've been putting off doing anything physical so I can recuperate. And I've made out pretty good on my grass cutting. I cut about the day before my surgery, trying to see, if I can get back to cutting grass before it gets out of control. Well, we had a big long dry spell here with nothing but heat, and it kept the grass from growing, which was a benefit to me. But now for the last few days we've had more than our share of rain, so we got grass coming up pretty good, and it's going to have to be cut. So I thought sometime in the next day or two I'd get out here and try to do some cutting. I don't know if I can physically stand all the jarring and bouncing around out here on the zero turn. We're going to see how much I can do. But the fact is, they're calling for rain for the next several days. The backyard is already out of control. Front yard, it's looking darn right healthy again. Anyhow, we've been getting a lot of thunder this afternoon. A while ago it was thundering like crazy. I'm definitely going to have to get out here and cut grass pretty soon, especially the backyard. Down at the bottom of the hill's pretty deep, but I wanted to get back to trying to do it before it gets completely out of control. One of the few things I do physically around here is get out and try to keep the grass cut. I don't do a lot of outdoor work as I used to do. I need to be cutting more limbs and trees and a lot of different yard work that I just flat been putting off. I didn't feel like it. At 77 years old, I might not never feel like it again, but I'll do what I can to keep things going. All the heat and dry spell just about dried up all my hydrangeas. Front yard ain't looking too bad from this angle. You can see where the drain fields run out there. The backyard is looking downright tall. So look for Walter sometime in the next week or so, providing the things get dry enough that I can run the lawnmower. Look for Walter to get out here and do a little grass cutting. I had something I wanted to talk to you about. Thunder sounds a little farther away. Thought I'd talk a little bit about AT&T. Today I thought I'd talk to my viewers a little bit about something that came up. Many of you may have saw in the news about the recent Microsoft crash that affected airplanes and banks and trucking companies, stuff. Companies all over the world just about shut down yesterday from the internet crash. And it brings to mind just how vulnerable we all are to depending on the internet. There's people that actually want to shut down the internet, and it looks like they just about got the power. You can't even go to the gas pump and charge on your debit card if the system is down. You can't go to the bank and get money from the ATM. There's a lot of things you can't do if the internet goes down. It's just unbelievable. Phone systems aren't even going to work if the internet goes down. So it's amazing. My Google thermostat here in the house wouldn't be able to adjust itself without the internet telling it how to do it. Sometimes it can be a little bit too smart, but it brings to mind a letter that came to the house here yesterday, and it shows just how vulnerable we are to the internet. I'm constantly getting scam phone calls from different people wanting to call in on our home phone mostly, and we never answer them. If you ever want to call Pwalpar, you better leave a message, because if I don't recognize your number and you don't leave a message, I'm not going to call you back. We get all kind of 1-800 numbers and out of the area numbers. If I don't recognize your number as somebody that's a friend of mine, I'm not going to answer the phone. I will return your call if you leave a message. But I'm sick of AT&T charging me so much a month just so they can charge other people, give other people phone service to call me and bug me 100 times a day for some scam outfit trying to tell me I need to contact so-and-so or anything to get some old person or even young people to give out their data is downright ridiculous. This little part I'm going to read you from a letter here that came to the house yesterday. And I just wonder how many people are in this same situation, especially with AT&T. We quit AT&T with our mobile phones. We keep AT&T for our home service phone. So we do have an account with AT&T and the bill comes in monthly and we pay it. But we switched our mobile phones and dropped AT&T's internet service. We used Starlink. Anyway, this letter came from AT&T to the house here yesterday, and I don't know why they would be so nonchalant about reporting something like this. It's called AT&T Data Incident. We're reaching out to let you know that some of your data was accessed without authorization. Although we have no current indication of any public release or illegal use of your data, we respect the privacy of your information and want to provide you with the details about the event. The numbers included, the data attached to your account time was in, and it gives my cell phone number and my wife's cell phone number. What happened? We found out AT&T call and text records were accessed by cyber criminals who have claimed responsibility to unlawfully access to other companies in the past. At least one individual has been arrested. The investigation indicates that the data included phone numbers of your account and text interactions from May 1st, 2022 to October 31st, 2022. It also includes counts of those all texts and calls and total call durations for specific days and months. Now, who would want to access our text records? Well, the government, of course. If they can access the internet and see who's texting what and talking to who, they pretty well can listen to any dang thing you want to say or do. The compromised data does not include content or text messaging or personal information such as Social Security numbers, birthdays, and financial information. It also does not include some typical information you see of your usage details such as time and stamp. It's just all about what you said and did on the internet. Anyway, on the back of the paper, when I was driving it, for information and details, information that was accessed, go to AT&T.com data incident /data incident. So I hopped over there, and you see here on the screen what it says. We learned that AT&T customer data was illegally downloaded from our workspace on a third-party cloud platform. We started investigation and engaged leading cybersecurity experts to help us determine the nature and scope of the issue. We have confirmed the access point has been secured. Our investigation found that the download data included phone calls, text message records, and nearly all of AT&T's cellular customers from May to October 2022, as well as January 2nd, 2023. The records identify other phone numbers that the AT&T wireless number interacted with. So say I texted somebody on another network, it knew their number too. During this time, including AT&T landline, home phone, customers for subset for the records, one or more cell site numbers associated with the interactions also included. This time, we do not believe, in other words, they don't know, if the data was publicly available. We continue to work with the law enforcement to arrest those involved. I believe that if you believe that, I got some land I want to sell you and I'll wire you. Based on information available to us, we understand that at least one person has been apprehended. How many of my viewers out there got a letter similar to this? If you can't trust a phone company, who the heck can you trust? They can intercept anything they want on the internet. Anyway, it doesn't sit well with me. I don't know if it's a government conspiracy or somebody just trying to get people's information. But I do know it irks me no end to know just how vulnerable I am. Like I say, you couldn't even go down here and drag out your debit card and buy some gasoline for your car. So it would benefit you to always keep some cash on hand. You could be stranded somewhere in a hurry. Say you're out traveling and you want to go somewhere and the internet drops off like that. Well, how the heck you gonna get home if you ain't got some money in your wallet? There ain't some guy at a Shell gas station in Tupelo, Mississippi gonna take your word for it that you got money in the bank. Think about it. It's just downright ridiculous on how much we depend on the internet service. If the government's spending millions of dollars securing all the, sending money all over the world and paying for this, that, and the other, they ought to spend a few dollars on the internet and help some of these big companies like Microsoft do a better job. An independent private company like Microsoft basically has control of all of us. That's some deep thinking. Alright, I appreciate you listening to my boring vlog today. How many of you have received a letter similar to this from AT&T or some other outfit where your security has been breached? Not long ago I had my bank account breached and I had to change my bank account entirely. Fortunately, the bank was cooperative with me and I didn't lose any money, but it's just amazing how weak we are when it comes to personal cyber security. Thanks for listening. It's Pwalpar saying I hope you all have a good day. Hope you're all doing well. And we'll catch you on the next one. Y'all take care.